Hey guys, Steve here, coming off the Falcons game. We lost 27-7, obviously. Just wanted to give immediate thoughts. Just a horrible performance. Immediately starting with the Chaz Green situation. Terrible performance by I thought was a halfway decent football player. Obviously did not display that today. Just flagrantly bad all day, not protecting the quarterback, disrespecting the integrity of what a left tackle's job is intended to be. And, I don't have words. With that being said, this coaching staff, and I'm looking at you, Jason Garrett, I'm looking at you, Scott Linehan, you can't have a guy go out there replacing an all-pro left tackle and be out on an island seemingly every single third down, second and long, whatever, with no help, no fullback chipping, no running back over there, or even keeping the tight end. I know, hey, you guys want to run your full offense and prove to the world that you're still going to be running efficiently without Zeke. But one of the things that you have to do as a coaching staff is when players are out, the players that are coming in, you have to coach to their strengths. And you cannot do the same stuff that you're doing on a consistent basis with your starters. That's why they're backups. You have to play the guy's strengths. You can't have a left tackle in there on an island and he can't move well in space. You have to help him out. And it's just, that goes to the Sean Lee thing on defense as well. When other guys come in the game, you're going to have to blitz a little bit more, create a little bit more pressure. I understand, and I'm going to get to the defense in a second. Let me actually finish up offensively, because I'm so upset with the lack of adjustments, the lack of in-game adjustments. To allow 6 sacks from a guy, Adrian Claiborne today, congrats and salute to Atlanta on a win and getting back up in the wild card race, because at this point we're all in the same boat right now, and I don't even think we're in the divisional race at this point I know we still have 2 games against the Eagles, but we've lost so much ground, and going into next week I don't know who's playing, but the lack of adjustments, we don't help our guys out, we don't slide protection. It's embarrassing. That was absolutely embarrassing. Having 2 seconds back there to throw, our quarterback's running around, running for his life. Unacceptable. Early in the first half, when the game was still in reach, going away from Alfred Morris, he gets 6 carries early. We don't see him again until the third quarter. Third quarter, he gets, I think, 50-something yards. We get all the way down the 12-yard line, and we get cute and try to throw the ball. Again, no backside protection to help out with Chaz Green. Leads to a 7-yard sack, then we run a foolish draw play, and then we blow a field goal. And we don't have our kicker in there either. So I would say of our top 6 players, I'm throwing Zach Martin in there, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Tyron Smith, Dan Bailey, Sean Lee, and Zach Martin. We're playing with 2 of the 6, okay? And when guys are out, you have to make adjustments to help them out. It's not that deep, Jason Garrett. It's not that deep, Scott Linehan. It's not that deep, Rob Marinelli. It's not. You have to make adjustments and adjust to the personnel that you have on the field. The whole playbook is not available to you guys anymore. We can't go 5 wide anymore. We can't run that spread anymore the way we want to. You're going to have to keep somebody in. We're going to have more quick hitters. Atlanta ran so much misdirection today, using their fullback, a lot of moving pieces. You don't need great offensive line play to get that blocked up. That's scheme stuff. That's coaching. That's coaching 101. We see that in high school. We see that in college. Injuries happen. It's football. It's football. Injuries happen. You make adjustments as a coaching staff to the personnel that you have. I cannot emphasize that enough, okay? Now, early in the game, we had an issue with the officials. I'm not even going to give them the respect to even call them officials. They're zebras in my eyes. They showed up today. I don't know if it's related to the Jerry Jones issues with the lawsuit and Ezekiel and all that nonsense. But I've never seen so many wide receivers get knocked down in the middle of their routes. I saw my quarterback get hands to the face 2 times, no calls. It seems like we're the only team whenever we play, and this just could be fan bias, and I'll give you that, but it seems like we're the only team that ever gets called for holding on run plays or plays that are moving outside of the pocket. It was so frustrating to see the way this game was officiated in the first half. Even that first drive, that was awful. Des Bryant actually took a shot to the head. So I don't even know where to go with that. I could complain more about it, but it's not going to get fixed. It is what it is. As fans, and people need to understand this, we're going to get team's best shot because we have that star on our helmet. We're America's team. You're going to get team's best shot every single week. Every single week is Dallas week. Okay? Yes, Atlanta had not looked good coming into this game. They hadn't looked sharp. They hadn't had the same offense since Kyle went to San Francisco. Shout out to Kyle for getting his first win as head coach today. But you are going to get their best shot because you're Dallas. I don't need to articulate it any more than that. It is what it is. Okay? The one thing we're going to have to prepare ourselves, I'm talking to you Cowboys fans, is this week, because the media is so narrative driven, it's going to shift to, well, look at Dak. He gets blown out when Zeke's not there. This game, in my opinion, has nothing to do with the loss of Ezekiel Elliott. It has everything to do with the loss of Tyron Smith, ultimately Sean Lee, Dan Bailey, some of those other guys. Okay, Alfred Morris did a serviceable job when he was in there. Rod Smith was okay. I would have liked to see Darren McFadden earlier, and then we ran some BS toss play to him. Rod Smith didn't really run behind his pass today like I saw him in the preseason. He's got to get better at that, but I thought he did catch the football well today. Alfred Morris ran hard, and it's inexcusable how they continuously got away from him throughout the stretch of the game. But the narrative that's going to be driven is, see, look, Carson Wentz lost Jason Peters, and look how they're still rolling. And you're going to hear that a lot because we're going into the matchup against the Eagles. So it's, Dak versus Carson. But this Dak Prescott, what was he supposed to do today? You tell me, media. You tell me, ESPN or Fox Sports 1, what exactly was number 4 supposed to do back there in the pocket today? I commend him for continuously going out there, not sinking his head and just having that optimism throughout the game. But when you're getting hit like that consistently, eventually, you're going to succumb to the pressure around you. The only issue I had with him today was that fumble right before half. I would have liked to see him just tuck that ball in. But other than that, there's nothing I can get on him about. And it's unfortunate because I'm not really able to assess him without Zeke because of the left tackle issue and the coach's failure to address it. I hope we're able to get Tyron Smith back for the Eagles game. I hope we're able to get Sean Lee back for the Eagles game. But who knows at this point? Because my coaches don't make adjustments regardless of who's in there. And this is the same thing. And how much more do we need to see with Jason Garrett? It's been 7 years as him as a head coach, and then even more than that if you want to include his years as OC. Just failure to adjust. Getting out coached. Penalties. Undisciplined play. And then, the defense sinks its head at the end of the game. They start missing tackles. They were playing the run great. They fall apart in that regard as well. So I'm very, very frustrated. As I know many of you are out there as well. There's not even a silver lining I can draw from this right now. I don't know. I'm going to wrap this up. I mean, we'll see what we got with the Eagles next week. It's going to be a great test. They're going to bring their A game to Dallas, but I also expect us to play better. I would hope after a week of tape and embarrassment that we have a solution for the left tackle position if Tyron Smith is not there. Byron Bell is also not the answer. He was equally as bad today when he came in. So we'll see what happens. At this point, you guys have a good week. Be prepared for the Dak hate, and we'll see where we go from here. Thank you.